Hi, I'm Olga S. Pérez, coming at you live, unleashing the power of perspective, one reaction at a time. I've been a life strategist for over 20 years, and I'm here to share my insights on trending topics, current news, and music videos that we all want to talk about with love and humor. Hey, baby, how you doing? Welcome back to the Olga S. Pérez Show. I'm excited about today. This is my area of expertise, which is relationships, dating, and boy. So I found this yesterday, but apparently when I went down the rabbit hole of, where did this came from, this whole list of first or bad first date places list that no one really knows. Who are the women? Was it really made by women? I couldn't find anything. Let me know if you did, or if you do, whether you're watching this live or you watch the replay. And before we get the party started, make sure to smash that like button. The likes have more impact than you can possibly imagine. I figured out that it's even more important than views. Hello, please. That's a great way to tip me. If not, become a Locals members, because you guys get to chat with me first. Check out the details in the description below. And anybody who doesn't want to use YouTube, like if you don't want to super chat, and I don't blame you, they take too much anyway. But don't get me wrong, I love to see them, of course. And all of your help, your efforts, your donations, everything you do when you buy me a coffee, the link's in the description below as well. 1, 2, 5, whatever, how many coffees. It all helps me keep showing up and pay for everything that I'm doing. Without you, this is not possible. You are my sponsor. So consider becoming a sponsor of this live stream today. And I will definitely give you a shout out, read your tip, right? Like message your tip. You get me? You got me? Yeah. So I got a special hat I'm going to be wearing in a second, because my whole thing is about how to be the captain of your life, a captain of yourself. Okay. Just like a captain learns how to go through storms, how to go through life. You got to be the captain of your own ship. You get me? All right. Well, we'll get more into it. So I'm going to share this list that was going viral, and I'm going to give you my insights on it. And then I'm also going to share some backlash that I found as well of men creating a list to counteract that other list. So not only was there a list, there was this video on TikTok that went viral of this woman on her first date. All right. So before I start sharing, so yeah, we're gonna go through some articles and stuff, all related to this dating, and get my perspective. So before I get started, I am live on Rumble. I am live on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Rumble. Make sure to follow, click the follow. Hey, Rumble, if you're watching me, smash that follow button. Keep in touch, because I'm not growing there. It's like nobody's watching me. I mean, but they're watching me, but they're not following me, or I'm not moving up at all. It's like first of all, it took me forever, like a year, to get to even 300 followers. And it just stopped. I'm like, what's going on? I don't know, but I know that Rumble has their favorites. And so if you pick, they have a thing where you click trending, what's trending, or what's the editor's pick. Get me to be noticed on Rumble. Get the editor to figure me out. Because until I think I need a certain number, they don't even pay attention to me, just like YouTube. I think you need 100,000 subscribers on YouTube to finally talk to somebody on YouTube when you have a problem or whatever. And not to mention, by you following me on Locals, if anything happens to me, we'll always be in touch over there. And it's because, if you didn't know, YouTube, aka the boob tube, I know it's free, and you're like, but it's free, it's so convenient, so that's why you don't go to any other platform but YouTube. I got you. I get it. But YouTube can delete me without notice for any reason they want, anytime they want. Do you understand that? That's huge. So you guys watching, you supporting me, donating, becoming a Locals members, become a member on YouTube. It's awesome to see your little star in the live chat when you guys pop up. It's freaking awesome. And I love you so much for all your love and support. Who's with me already? Let's see. Victor, great to see you. Why, thank you. I'm glad you think I rock, man. Because, the boob tube sure ain't showing me that shit, right? You guys are definitely doing it all on your own. I give you all the credit. Hey, Dale Rose, how you doing? I like the way you wrote that. How you doing? No. How you doing? Is that how you meant it to sound? Okay. Let me make sure that everything's working well. Hey, DR3, sorry. How you doing? Oh, great to see you on Rumble. Seems like Rumble has a few second lag from YouTube. Yep. I've noticed that too, because I usually open both windows to make sure, like I'm doing right now, to make sure everything's working properly. And as a matter of fact, let me double check on X. Let me see. Let me say. Okay. Yeah. Well, Dale, I think you've also checked me out over there, or at least it looks like your avatar popped up. So that's cool. Much love, guys. Much love. So this video is not just for people that are dating, okay? This is about our current situation between men and women globally. And because of social media, we already had issues before social media, right? Trying to figure each other out. How to find somebody, how to find the right person, right? How to make a relationship work. But with social media, since it gives a voice to everyone, which is great, everyone should have a voice. But the fact that there's so many distractions, like what do you believe? And then you have the dating apps to add to that, which I will be doing another live stream about dating apps specifically. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into it. And this is going to be a timeless video, both this about this list and in my near future live stream for dating apps, because that's where most people are meeting. That's where most people are doing everything in their life. Buying, shopping, right? Everything online, working online. We get it. But it's basically, talk about the matrix. It's basically a fake matrix. 99.9% for real. So how can we take any of this serious when the ability, even with AI now, the confusion is getting bigger and grander, and people are more warped, to say it nicely, than ever before. But the truth is, I'm going to start out with the video. Okay, so I'll start out with the list, and then I'll show you like the one video that went along with it. That, give me a second. Where is it? All right. So, when it came to me and my attention, okay, you guys can see what I'm seeing. All right. So list of bad first date spots. And so there were several articles, and I guess it came out a few days ago. I just found this yesterday.
A new survey asked women where they do not want to be taken on a first date. Listen up, single gentlemen in the studio. The library. Yeah, that's one of them. Let's count down the most popular answers. At number 6, a movie theater. Boo! Why? I love a movie theater.
You can't talk. You get to know somebody.
Oh, there's Sandra with her logic. Okay. Number 5, Olive Garden. I object to this.
I'm going to pause because I'm always getting copyright stricken. So I'm just pausing because I feel like that is like the only way to get around it. Because even when I'm like, hey, it's a reaction video, like it's fair use. But whatever, I still get. But
all right, I love the salad at the Olive Garden.
Salad and breadsticks at the Olive Garden.
I mean, because I really don't care about their commentary. It's just the fact that here's like an article, a new survey asking women where they do not want to be taken on a first date is dividing the internet. The list shared by Duval Promo on Instagram apparently is based, or at Duval Promo, apparently is based on a survey polling women about their preferred first date places. The list of 28 venues include popular restaurant chains like Applebee's, Chili's, and Denny's. At the top of the list, as the most unacceptable first date spot, is a Cheesecake Factory, followed by Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, and the Olive Garden, rounding up the top 5. But it's not just restaurants on the list, as some more specific first date scenarios are listed, such as your house, family functions, a bar just for drinks. The list sparked a heated debate about where exactly would be a good place for one to take another on a first date. Where TF, I guess the fuck, right? We supposed to go then? The moon? Looks like we're going to Home Depot so she can build a new personality. That was good, right? Would have been easier to name the places they would go, list would have been shorter. Okay. Another user commented, when did y'all become too good for Cheesecake Factory? Because Cheesecake Factory is not cheap, honestly. It's expensive. 2 people, easy $80, 90, 100 with tip. Okay. Please pass me an order of an avocado egg rolls, bang bang chicken and shrimp, and an Oreo cheesecake. Okay. Even celebrities are chiming in on the viral list. LL Cool J shared that his plans Wednesday night were to go to the Cheesecake Factory, while Stephen A. Smith posted the question, first of all, what the hell is wrong with Cheesecake Factory? Ain't nothing wrong with Cheesecake Factory. Not only is there nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory ain't that damn cheap, he added. Hello, what I just said. The list follows a video that went viral last week showing a woman refusing to get out of the car because of her date had chosen to take her to Cheesecake Factory, which I'm going to show you that video in a second. In the video, she tells her date, this is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone who looks like this to a chain restaurant? A woman should be cared for and cherished. Now, mind you, listen, I don't care, what your background, your religion, your age, your race, I don't care, gender, whatever. When somebody talks like that, that's a red flag. Like, if you know your worth, you don't even say it. But again, maybe that's for the most sophisticated in the population. Just hold on. Bear with me. We're just getting started. The man responded by saying, I went into this date with the expectations for myself to keep you safe, to respect you, to pay for your food, of course. So I'm going to share that video, but here is the list. Check out the full list below, right? Cheesecake Factory is number 1. Number 2, Applebee's. 3, Chili's. 4, Chipotle. 5, Olive Garden. 6, the movies. 7, your house. 8, any fast food chain. 9, Buffalo Wild Wings. 10, Wingstop. 11, Red Lobster. 12, a buffet. 13, IHOP. 14, Denny's. 15, the gym. 16, church. 17, Starbucks. 18, coffee dates. 19, ice cream dates. 20, family functions. 21, movie night, Netflix, Hulu, and etc. 22, somewhere that requires a long drive. 23, bowling. 24, nightclubs. 25, hookah bar. 26, a bar for just drinks. 27, Waffle House. 28, sports events. Now, there is so much wrong with this list. And the first thing that's wrong with it is, what are these women today really thinking? Like, are they in reality at all? Have they missed the mark? Are they so deranged from social media by living on their phones? There's a lot of questions here. But let's play this video of this woman, and we'll crack it down, and we'll come back to the list. Let me share this instead. Let me make sure you guys can see me. Welcome, everyone, again. Here we go.
Let me just get the door for you.
Okay.
He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car.
Look at that. Okay, number 1, that attitude. If I was a man, and this is my insight for you men out there, for women, do not do this. I'll tell you why. First of all, if you want a real man loves themselves, appreciates themselves, has self-respect. If you do this to me, and I'm a man, and you do this to me, I take you back home or wherever the hell I picked you up. Point blank. I'm not even playing games. And men, instead of, with terms like being a simp or incel, no matter what, no one should give you an attitude like this. This is not a way to act. This is not, to me, the way a mature woman acts. He picked you up. He's taking you out. Okay, you didn't know where he was going to take you. First, I mean, it's so many things are wrong with this from the get-go, and I haven't even finished watching or playing the video for you. But she's recording this. So, really? It's like you're recording it because you're like being kidnapped and you just want to make sure you're okay. You know, you want to share it with your friends or family, you know, let them know if anything happens to you, you know, you got the guy. Okay, maybe, right? But that attitude, bye-bye, honey. Bye. Because if you have a list, if you have a places do not take me to, you should tell me ahead of time. That's number one. So if it's supposed to be a surprise, you can't complain. And if anything, okay, do the video afterwards. Like, you know what? I was very disappointed. I'm not going to date this guy again because he took me to the Cheesecake Factory because the way I look. Well, maybe you think you look great. And I love that. If that's your self-love, you should love yourself no matter how you look. And if you think you look like $1 million, no problem. That's great. But to be like, to expect, you're on a first date. You're not even knowing if this guy is going to really like you. Maybe he liked you initially, obviously, because he asked you out for a date. In this case, in this video. But like, you know, what's wrong with him? Not being able to choose a woman that wouldn't do this to him. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a lot to get into. Let's continue.
Yes.
The attitude. See, I don't need the attitude.
Open the door.
The attitude is for you, yourself, and you. You should never give anybody an attitude. The only time I would give somebody an attitude is when they're being mean to me, disrespectful, rude. Nothing bad's happening here. Well, hold on. Let's see how this guy's reacting. Watch.
Go for it. Okay. You're recording me? Yeah. Yeah. This is the
And how's that supposed to make the guy feel on his first date? You're recording me? I mean, that says it all.
Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. What's the problem with that?
Are you so you're dating, girlfriend? I'm not surprised that you're single. This is the way you act on your first date, and you're recording it, and you're saying y'all. So the whole world has to be with you. So this is not about the guy, and it's not about the Cheesesteak Factory. Did I say cheesesteak? This is live, ladies and gentlemen.
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
Oh no.
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
This is like a conversation she would have with her girlfriends afterwards. You know what I mean?
Okay. So
yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date? Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. When you take out a beautiful woman.
So the original video is actually shorter than this. That went viral. It's just her saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe you take me to the Cheesesteak Factory." Okay, here we go again with the cheesesteak. Cheesecake. But now we're getting more into it.
And you're courting her because I get courted.
I'm surprised this guy, to me, is acting pretty freaking good. And he's acting like a gentleman. Okay? This is kudos to him here.
So you're courting her.
This is not acting like a lady. This is not acting like a woman, the feminine energy of what's funny because we're known to be too agreeable. So we say yes to things that we really mean to say no to. And then it's a detriment to the women, right? Because they just want to please somebody because they want to be liked, they want to be accepted, etc. It's like, culturally ingrained. But so we're telling women, hey, you can't be too agreeable, right? You got to stick up for yourself. You got to have an opinion. You got to be able to say something because also the men want to make sure you're happy. They don't want you lying, right? So, and men, you could attest, you don't want a girl to lie to you, right? Unless you're really only looking for one thing, and that's just how to get in her pants. But again, would you really take her to the Cheesecake Factory if you just wanted to have sex? Would you go through all that? I mean, I guess it's buttering up like butterball turkey. I'm just saying. Hold on.
You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her.
So are you giving him a lesson So this is not a first date to me. This already, by the way she's talking, is her teaching a lesson. So I really didn't go down the rabbit hole of her channel because is this what she does? Is she teaching women like how she thinks they should be treated? And she's giving like a real live action of how to do it? For her own personal life, this shit ain't going to work. Telling you straight up.
Cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
That's what
And
you're supposed to do.
I agree.
Not
I
at the
went
Cheesecake
into this
Factory?
date as I expect, with the expectations for myself to keep you safe, you know, to respect you, to
Look at that attitude.
favorite.
I am telling you, I wouldn't even be having this conversation if I was the guy. I'd be like, no problem. You want me to drop you off at home or anywhere else you would like to be dropped off? And I would be totally nice. Like, and I would mean it. I wouldn't be faking it. And then I'd be like, hey, well, sorry to disappoint you, but thank you for being honest. Take care. Have a nice life. Literally that simple. No one should ever be that desperate to deal with this shit. I don't care what side of the fence you are on. I don't care if you're the man or the woman, vice versa, you know, change the roles here. No.
For your food, of course.
Oh
pick
my
you up.
God. What a wet blanket. Like what? Excuse me, sweetheart, but this is like the way of not having your first date. Okay? If you wanted it to be successful. I don't think she really wanted to be successful. Hence she's recording this.
Of course. And just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done.
I mean, you've been pretty.
All she cares about is her hair. She just keeps looking at herself. How do I look? She's fixing herself up. Me. Who wants a me? You can't have a relationship. We is not me. Get that? Okay. Very simple.
But I mean,
And then
Cheesecake Factory.
I, on the other hand, have certain expectations for a girl I go out with on the first date. I expect her to be respectful too. I expect her to be cooperative. And at least, you know.
What did I do that
Okay,
wasn't?
well, another thing is you should never have expectations. You can't. Anybody who has expectations is bound to be disappointed. Because whether you have one expectation or you have a list of expectations. And so if you don't want to get disappointed, don't have expectations, but definitely have some self-love and self-respect. Have a what I will not put up with list. Because you know already, whether you're starting off in the dating world or when you're starting off in a relationship, whether you're young or you're older, you always learn what you don't want. And then you got to figure out what you do want. So make sure you know what you don't want. Recording my first date, do not want that.
Cooperative.
Well, I mean, like, even like when we were walking to the car, you wouldn't put your hand around my arm or anything like that, or hold my hand or anything like that.
I mean, it's too early for that.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't know
and
you.
I
Yeah.
can respect that. I can respect that. When I got to your apartment to pick you up, you didn't want to invite me in. I can respect that too. We're not
Again,
maybe
I don't
we're
know
not there.
yet.
Okay.
I don't know yet.
And then, but
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Sorry. No, you're not. Sorry, not sorry. You think you're doing, what are you doing? I don't understand what you're doing. What, you put some makeup on? You put an outfit on? You took a shower? What are you saying that you're doing? What? We haven't even seen, it's the first date, just like you're telling him if he's a stranger. What about you? How does he know you're worth anything? Can you do anything? Are you valuable in any way? Hello, even when you apply for a job, it's like, what can you do? Do you have a job, right? Can you cook? Can you clean? Can you do anything? Are you an engineer? Like, can you fix things? Like, what can you do? And if there's like an apocalypse, can you survive? That's important, man.
But
I got myself
there's
all made
nothing
up.
wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay. Well, look
I mean,
at my plan where we were gonna go originally.
see, now that's where we should have went. All right, right there. Call him.
No.
What do you mean no?
Ooh.
See, I specifically told you.
See what I mean? Like, you come out with expectations, which is, in other words, demands. And that this is something that's been classic for decades, right? Where women expect men to read their minds. No, you got to tell the man what you want. Stop playing these games. That's what growing up is. And being a real woman. By being a real woman means mature. You don't have to be 50 to be mature. You can be mature at 20. Come on.
And this morning, that I come to pick you up at 4 a.m. At 4 p.m. Right? And I got to your place at 4 p.m. You didn't even come downstairs for another hour. And so I was waiting downstairs.
Oh! We're getting plot thickens. If a woman makes you wait, I don't care how old school it sounds. Well, women always make men wait. No. Maybe 5 minutes, but at least they're texting you like, I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? You want people to be respectful and kind. If you're a man and you want a woman that's going to be a good woman for you, she is kind. And so are you, clearly. Takes one to know one. Now, if you're a bitch and she's a bitch, you know what I'm saying? Then like attracts like.
Right. But I wasn't expecting for work to take me so long. I got home a little late. And like I said,
oh my God, you are a headache. I'm done with you. If I was a man, I'm telling you, I would already from the first 30 seconds, I'm just going to take you home, honey. Wrong match. No problem. No hard feelings. Many blessings. You know what I mean? But I'm liking this conversation.
To invite you up into my
life. She's sharing and recording, and he's going along. He's a decent guy, man. 100%. Girl, I wish you were telling me more to make me feel proud that you're a woman. Again, don't get butthurt over this, okay? The fact is, let's debate and let's talk. If you want to talk, let me know. I'll definitely have you live on my live stream. We can get into this.
Apartment. And that is not possible.
And that's why I'm thinking, okay, if we're not there in the relationship to, meet at your apartment, then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice, fancy restaurant as Aria, especially if I'm paying for the whole thing, which I'm still willing to do. I would have been, but if we're late, I told you twice.
It wasn't that late.
We literally left.
An hour, girlfriend? What do you mean?
Supposed to be. And I specifically said 4 because maybe we could get there early and even have some time to get to know each other on the way there and while we're in the parking lot. I'm waiting for a reservation.
We can still get to know each other. Isn't there another restaurant you can call that, the equivalent to that? I literally you don't understand. Look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory.
There's nothing wrong
I will die.
You didn't bring a shawl.
That's embarrassing.
Listen, as I said, I have very specific.
You didn't bring a shawl or
no. I can tell it's not gonna be there. And maybe we're not right for each other. So respectfully,
maybe we're not right for each other.
At home.
Oh no, he didn't.
Oh no, he didn't. Oh no, he did.
So you just want to call it a night? Isn't there some kind of compromise or something?
Shit! Oh, because guess what? She probably doesn't want to be like, I just wasted my time, my hair, my makeup, right? Because it cost all this money, which I get it. And I used to say stuff like that. I'm like, guys, do you realize how much it costs for me to get ready to be here on a date? But it's not about, did they spend enough money on me at the date? It's just that, I want them to appreciate the effort that I put into it, because sometimes they don't. Some men do, some men don't.
But if I don't feel respected, I am not gonna go through with the rest of the day.
Oh, good boy.
You are serious. You're really leaving.
Yes, that's what happened. That's what should happen.
I understand that I was late. I understand that. I understand that I could have been a bit more cooperative. You made some good points. That's why I'm willing to compromise. Are you sure you want to go home?
That's a captain for you, ladies and gentlemen. That's a captain. Got my little captain hat.
I don't have a lot of rules. I don't have a lot of expectations for a first date, but I've already set them, and you've broken every one. So, I'm sorry. We're dropping you off home.
Yes! Because you know what? I had only saw the original video. I had saw or not the original, but like the one they've been like going viral. It, hold on, trying to make sure this is in the center. I haven't worn this since 2019. I did an event and I did it on a boat here in Philadelphia called the Moshaloo. A lot of people pronounce it wrong, and I think I just did because people say, "Oh, you want to go to the Moshaloo?" It's like it's actually the Moshaloo or something. Look it up, guys. Anyway, and so I had themed that event called leadership because I'm all about being the captain of your ship, your life, your money, your heart, your feelings, your integrity, your career. You should be valued if you have value. If you don't know how to do squat, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Then you could be the captain of the not doing squat crew. Okay. Or boat. Now, so then, well, let me see who's joined me in the meantime. Hello, Rocco Branca. Welcome. Yeah, you're right. What is the purpose of the first date? For me, it is to get to know the other person. Exactly. I mean, listen, I got certain rules, right? Where not rules, but for me, I don't let my first dates pick me up at my house. And I've been doing that for years, way before the internet. And it's basically because for my safety as a woman, I don't want them to know where I live. So I either go somewhere near where I live or maybe not. And that's if they want to pick me up because I love being picked up, but not at my house for safety reasons. Or we can meet at, say, one public venue, and then we drive to the dinner date if that's the date. I definitely like the old school way of just, having dinner and cocktails or whatever. And like you said, Dale, getting to know each other. But then we got, okay, wait. We're going to go back to the list. And then I did share, so I shared the woman's list, and here's the man's list. I saw it reposted a few times. Have you guys seen this? Group of men make a list of the kinds of women you should never take on a date. 1, single mothers. 2, women with tattoos. 3, women who dress like this in public. This is the backlash or whatever not backlash, more like clapping back to that video that went viral along with the list. 4, sex workers, OnlyFans girls, mattress actresses, strippers, call girls, escorts, Instagram models, bottle girls, etc. 5, women with an IG page. 6, women with non-ear piercings. 7, women with purple hair or any other unnatural color. 8, women with hoax friends, right? 9, models who market to men. 10, women who travel regularly. 11, women who drink liquor regularly. 12, women with weak absentee fathers. 13, women who live alone. 14, women with party voice. 15, women on dating apps. 16, women who have been on Fresh and Fit. And by the way, I'm going to do a segue because our boy Steven Crowder had Fresh and Fit on. I didn't watch it. It just came up when I was looking for the dating app thing in this list. And I found it interesting. So I'm going to share that with you guys because that was like a month ago that Fresh and Fit was on Crowder. I really don't watch Crowder anymore. Like I said, I barely got to know him. And I'm like, all right, I like this guy. He's got some good points because I love the way he would post stuff and give you like articles to back up his statements. Other than that, I'm just like, He's just not my cup of tea. Not that I wouldn't be a guest on his show, but it would be to like debate him in that sense. Anyway, so where were we? Women who drink liquor regularly, women who with weak absentee fathers. Oh, I'm sorry. I know, I already said that. Women who live alone. Yep, party voice. Wait, on dating. Sorry. 16. Fresh and fit. Yep, that's where I got distracted. Women with lists, end quote. Women who have been engaged. Divorcees, 20 American black women. American black women, 21 women raised in the West. Now, do we want to break down that list according to the other lists? Like I said, here's another place on IG that the same list was posted. So it's interesting. I want to hear from you guys, and whether you're commenting in the live stream or in the replay, make sure to leave a comment below. We'll keep the conversation going. We could always do a part 2 to this for those who are missing it live. So here, you know what? Hold on. I know I'm skipping around. What do you guys think about both lists? Did you guys already see my first segment of the woman's list? Let's go back to the woman list. So here is the woman list again. And so don't take her out to Cheesesteak Factory. Now, I get it. It's like a family place to go, like Applebee's, Chili Chipotle. It's like something they go on their weekdays or they go with their girlfriends. I understand that. But to say it's a bad date, it's the company that matters, not where you go. And if that person can't hang in the highest of ranking places, like a 5-star restaurant, and the lowest, that's not somebody you want. That's not somebody worthy to be with long-term if you're looking for real love. That's not happening. Not like that. Your house. Well, again, as a woman, going to your house for the first date is dangerous. It's just not safe. It's not about because it's a no-no and it's a bad place. It's just not safe. 8, any fast food chain. I mean, are we just getting to know each other? So it's not, if you're going to take somebody to a fast food chain place, it's not a first date. You're just trying to get to know them. You're creating a friendship. Not a bad thing. But to call it a first date, yeah, why would you take them to a fast food chain? It's just not an environment for a date when you're courting somebody. Let's remember what the word courting means. Buffalo Wild Wings, same shit. Wingstop, same. Red Lobster, same. A buffet, again, it's too casual. If you're trying to make an impression, it's not about the money. It's not about the location. It's the way from the moment when you ask them out on a date to whatever text message you're sending to how you pick them up, how you make them feel special. If you don't know how to make somebody feel special, look up ways on how to make somebody special. Now, the woman should also, again, this is a man taking a woman out. Then a woman should also know some basic etiquette, like being grateful, respectful, knowing that if he's not treating you in a way that's threatening, you keep your composure of like being well behaved, being, again, respectful. Just if the guy isn't, then you leave. Whether you want the guy to take you back home, wherever he picked you up, if he didn't pick you up, if you met at the place, you Uber out of there or you get in your car and you leave. No big deal. I mean, I've been on dates where it's been a long time since I was on these kind of dates, but it happens more when I was younger. And one of the things was how one guy in specific, I'll never forget it. He takes me to a 5-star restaurant. So no Cheesecake Factory, the number 1 place in the city. And it was one of my favorites. So it was great. In fact, I had a string of first dates at the exact same restaurant because they would ask me if they didn't propose a place. I would say, how about this place? And they would be like, okay, great. And then I realized I had nothing but bad luck in this fucking place. And it was the top place to be in every way. Food, ambiance, like the perfect first date that any woman would say it's a first date place. And this guy, his insecurity started coming out. And instead of, being nice, he just kept insulting me. Like, and here's the insults. He would say things like, because by the way, it was a date. This specific date was a date that somebody hooked us up. Somebody was like, hey, I met this girl. At the time I was in school and I was a bartender, and he kept saying, oh my God, you would be so perfect with my friend, blah, blah, blah. He reaches out to his friend. He's like, oh my God, this girl's perfect for you. And so we exchange, he gives him my number. We start talking on the phone. I'm thinking, oh my God, this might be the one. Like, for real. That's how great we clicked. And then as soon as we didn't send each other any pictures, I don't even know if at the time we could send pictures, but I probably would have opted not to. And, because I'm all about the personality and the person's character and their soul. I don't care about your looks. And in fact, most, even if men are about the physiology of a woman, like naturally and typically, at the end of the day, women are not. So for men to think that they need to look a certain way, need to make a certain amount of money, it's really not. It's all bullshit. So now, anyway, going back to my story, the guy apparently thought I was extremely attractive and he couldn't handle it. And he would say things like, oh, I guess you're used to men kissing your ass, blah, blah, blah. And it just went downhill from there. And I literally was like, you know what? I'm going to go. Thanks. Take care. And I stood up and I walked out. And it wasn't that I wasn't going to pay for anything. In fact, I don't even know if we even got to order food. It was a while ago. But I was just like, this is ridiculous. But I didn't scream at him. I didn't show him I was mad. I was just like, you know what? So it was really nice meeting you. I don't think this is working out. Actually, wait, hold on. Now that I'm thinking, I just literally smiled and smiled and smiled. Let him just plow me. And then I go, all right, well, I'm out of here. And I just got up. I smiled. So no act, no big show or anything like that. I just was like, bye-bye. That's sweet and simple. Anyway, so the gym. I mean, the gym is not a place for a first date, because how is that a date at the gym? I mean, unless the girl you met her at the gym and you have something like spectacular set up between like the receptionist and other people at the gym, and you're going to make this memorable experience, But yeah, church. Yeah, maybe there's a place to meet somebody. First date at church? How are you going to get to know somebody when you're like listening to the lecture, the mass, the preacher, whatever? So Starbucks, I actually don't think Starbucks is a bad place at all for a first date. At all. Probably the best one on the list. Coffee dates, 100%. That's with Starbucks. Ice cream dates. Yeah, why not? That's great. Come on. Ice cream? How endearing is that? Family functions? Yeah, because you're trying to get to know the person. So how are you going to bring somebody to the family function, and while they're meeting everybody, you guys don't even know each other, and then they might feel out of place, and then the next thing you know, they're getting to know your family, but they're not getting to know you. I mean, yeah, that's definitely no. Movie night. Again, at the movie theater, it's not bad to have a first date at a movie theater, but you gotta have to either, I don't know, go maybe for a coffee before the movie so that you can talk a little bit, or after the movie you go, but I don't know. To be honest with you, you're a stranger. I don't know you. It's our first date, and we're going to go, and I'm going to sit with you in a dark theater. See, as a woman, it's not safe. So no. Somewhere that requires a long drive. Absolutely no, because of safety. Bowling. That's not a bad place. You can chit chat. You can socialize. You can get to know each other bowling. If you don't know how to bowl, it's still fun. Do something you've never done. If you are a bowler, that's a great plucking place. Anyway, nightclubs. Hello. Most people for centuries, whether it's nightclubs or bars, that's where they mostly meet people. And maybe not family functions, but like friends' parties or weddings, people meet there for the first time, right? Come on now. A bar for just drinks? Yes, that's classic. You don't even have to drink. Order Shirley Temple. I know that sounds totally freaking like I'm totally dating myself with that one, right? I don't even think people order that shit anymore. But regardless, order a seltzer or a Coke. I don't care. Waffle House. It's not about the drinking, is my point. Definitely not the Waffle House. Because again, what are you implying? Unless you have a special thing where you're like, hey, I thought my first date would be at the Waffle House because my favorite meal is breakfast and I love the Waffle House. You know, but are you going to take them as a surprise? Or are you going to let them know ahead of time? See, so it's the delivery means a lot. Sports events. Again, it depends. Can you talk at a sport event? Can you? That's just a question. So before I go on to this little bit with Crowder when he had Fresh and Fit on a few weeks ago, let me see who is with me. Any comments? What you guys think? What's going on? So, you know, it's funny. A lot of people, especially on platforms like Rumble, they stick around more when it's just about news. And I get it. But the thing is, this is day-to-day life stuff that we all need and we all deal with, whether it's dating or just in relationships in general. And I don't know, either people are with social media just looking at things that just take everyone in so many different directions. It's like a chicken with a head cut off. And that's where we're at. The generation of the least amount of men, the most men, that are not having sex in pretty much history. So that's why this is important. I love men and this matters. Whether it's you, whether it's a friend of yours, whether it's a brother, whether it's a son, whether it's a friend of a son. Let's talk. Real life, real people, real women, and real men. And of course, if I'm being shadow banned, which I know some people are like, you're not being shadow banned because you popped up in my feed. No. All the time, people are getting unsubscribed and they tell me, and then they figure it out. And it happened to me too, where I'm like, how am I unsubscribed? I'm totally subscribed to this channel. Not only that, like I watch like every single of their videos. And the next thing you know, even on Rumble, it said I wasn't following them anymore. I'm like, what? I would never do that. So it's happening, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, it's happening. Again, let's be the captain of our life. And let's go down to, I don't understand how Fresh and Fit, still people are watching these guys. They're not experts. And they don't even have a love life of their own to speak of. So it's literally just a continuous, like, idiots and then exploiting idiot women. And this is what most people are watching? This is what that they have all these subscribers for? Come on now. Okay. Let me go back. There we go. Glad to see you, my brother. I just saw that out of the corner of my eye. Not sure if I'm missing any comments, but let's see. So analyzing the American dating crisis. See, it is a crisis. I'll give you that much, Crowder. I did not do that on purpose. Okay.
Here's the advice and you can expect more of this on Fresh and Fit podcast, but here's the advice that this TikToker has for women on how to enjoy dating.
Now, for the past couple of years, I've been the girl dating athletes. Let me tell you 4 simple things I did to completely change my dating lifestyle and make me love dating again. Number 1, no simple dates. That means no bar dates, no dinner dates, no coffee dates, no park dates. I need experiences. And if I'm trying to date multiple people, go on multiple dates during the week, I can't be drinking every night. I live in New York, but I was spending all last month in Miami. And I was talking to this guy on Hinge, matched with him in New York. He lives in New York. He flew down to Miami to take me on a couple of dates. And one of the dates was taking me to the Everglades, like an Everglades tour. And then we went to a 5-star dinner after.
In a gator pond.
You might waste my time, but at least I'm going to have a fun experience to show for it. And it was semi-worthwhile. Rule number 2.
Crazy eyes.
I'm an expensive woman. If you can't afford me, keep it pushing. Furthermore, I'm never paying for a date. I'm not going to pay your bills, so why am I paying for dates and
fine,
making
just
you
sign the
accustomed
prenup.
to me splitting things with you? It ain't going to happen. People tell you your standards are too high. They aren't. This is after one date. He doesn't even know my home address or apartment number. All he knows is that I told him that I like surprises and gifts. I love dating. This is why.
Well, call us back in 8 years when you go ring, ring, eggs. Oh,
But that's like a little girl. Like, oh, you gave me a gift. You made me feel special. And don't get me wrong, I love flowers. And in fact, I expect them from every date, anybody I date, even when I'm dating or living or married to that person, I want them all the time. Okay. And that is an expectation and they know it. But they don't do it because I said, you have to do it. They do it because they want to do it and they appreciate how much I love it. It incentivizes them to do it more because I show such love and appreciation. I kiss their ass. I make them feel like gods on earth. Okay. So these girls, or you can call them young ladies, I don't give a shit. But this is not a woman behavior. This is a girl behavior. Oh, look at me. Me. You're giving me to still the princess. I was daddy's princess and I'm going to be a princess forever. What are you talking about, girlfriend? What? Does he kiss you in the way that you love it, that you melt in his arms? Does he really make you feel good and safe and appreciated? Do you ignite from the inside? Does she look like she's glowing from the inside? No.
Oh, they're not answering. Now, I love it. It's like, she's like, I'm an expensive date. It's like, oh, Sherry's berries. Let me take my top off. I mean,
Roses, how did that happen?
Yeah, this is the advice that you're giving to young women. Look, and this is the thing, the whole self-love culture, it's shallow. Look, you're never going to find self-esteem.
See, he talks about self-love culture, where it's really not, Stephen. Sorry, stand corrected. It's a narcissism culture. Because self-love culture doesn't act like that. Self-love is not about gimme. Self-love is I won't let you treat me badly because I know what I'm worth. If I'm worth anything good, I will stand up for myself. But what's happening is that they're thinking that self-love is I look good, I'm pretty, I'm attractive, I have a nice body, which they're not going to have forever. But they're only really living in a very short span of their fucking life. If they live long enough to even tell the to tell the story. So what happens? It's not that, dude. So you're wrong.
Through these shallow, let's be honest, it's objective.
Shallow narcissistic.
Vacation it was semi-worthwhile because he took me somewhere nice. How did he feel about it? You know, we used to talk about, hey,
I agree with that one, Crowd. I agree with that part.
Brew had all these, or whoever it is, insert whoever here.
How did he feel about it?
And by the way, there was a survey. Confirm that we have him on here in a little bit.
Oh my God!
So that's why we were a little bit late today.
I clicked by accident.
Also, just so you guys know,
I wasn't really interested in him, but he had a nice plane.
it was an experience.
Yeah, they had good treats. They had good treats in the plane.
Gee, funny.
Pistachios. I don't like to shell them.
But it's men's fault for dating these women. Period. Because they're like, wow, she looks good. You know, I'll buy her flowers. Depending on how much money he has, the bigger the bouquet. No. Why are you interested in these women? Unless you are also an airhead. Like attracts like. Okay? Let's just say it.
It's too much work.
Oh my God, he has money.
His money. Yeah. More money, please. More money, please. So
Give me the ring.
this brings us to
Yeah, and those guys, they really look like.
pistachios. I don't like to shell them. It's too much. I wasn't really interested in him.
Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah,
After this,
they
we'll fly back
really
to
look
Miami and do a
like.
show right away.
This is the creme de la creme. This is high grade right here, ladies and gentlemen. What are you talking about?
Oh well, good. Maybe she can catch a ride with you. That lady.
Yeah.
Well, look at that demeanor. Real masculine. Not masculine at all.
Wasn't really interested in him, but he had a nice plane.
These guys. Oh shit! I did it again. These guys couldn't pay me to go on a date with them. I don't care what age. They're not desirable. I don't care if they have a podcast and they have a million followers. They're not desirable. And they've gotten their subscriptions because of how they humiliate women who have no self-love, because they don't have any value, because they don't do anything but do some makeup and fake this shit all day long. So you're dating fake people 90% of the time. And if you want your relationships to work, you got to get away from the fake. And in fact, if more men didn't kiss these fake plastic women that think that that's working, because they're only doing it, ladies and gentlemen, The women are only doing it because they think it works. The moment the men go, you know what? I don't like that fake makeup you got on. I don't like, you know what I'm talking about, where they all look the same, where they're all Botoxing their lips and shit, where they're all looking like fake. I mean, everything about them is fake. The hair, the makeup, the attitude, the act. It's all an act. For a guy to be like, you know what? How about you give me the real you and I'll take you on a date. And I'm going to tell you right now, women, funny, although genetically they're not made this way, women in a sense are more desperate for a man than you for a woman trying to get laid. Now, if you're just trying to get laid, you play the game. Those who play, there's the winners and the losers. In reality, there's nobody who ever wins at playing games when it has to do with dating or even in a relationship, long-term relationship, marriage, any type of relationship. You have to fucking be real.
Why by 7 out another 10?
How many times people tell me, oh, I didn't know she didn't want kids, and they're married 2-3 years down the road, and they start having problems. How do you not have that conversation before you get married? I mean, that's what we're talking about. The fake. Everything is fake. So men, you really have the power. And if you have the money, and supposedly you are making more money than women, because that's what the women are claiming these days, right? That all of you do. Okay. Guess what? Be demanding. Say, look, I don't like buying a cheap car or a cheap camera or a cheap TV screen. So I'm not going to buy a cheap woman. So how about you act real and show me what's under the hood? And we're not talking sexually. You feel me?
Yep. Then divide by 1.
Wait, who are these women? Roadies for Van Halen?
What was that line in Clerks when he's at?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Here was another one.
I guess she's a fitness model. Brittany Renner.
Oh man.
And by the way, fitness model for women just means you're just not fat. This is one thing too. When women say you have no idea what it's like to have these body standards. They were doing pull-ups before the show. You have any idea how hard it is to be lean and muscular? It's like just don't be Tess Holliday, and guys will find you attractive. Yeah. So Brittany Renner, who's a fitness model, made internet waves talking about her body count on the Bus Confessions podcast. Oh, that's a good sign.
So you said your count is 35?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do you feel about that number?
It's kind of annoying because at least half of my list I only had with one time.
Oh, okay.
So, but I still have to wear those.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It still happened, but I think that's the only thing that's annoying is
the music is annoying.
That's my number, and I can't even have on a regular basis. It's usually quarterly. That's kind of been my schedule, unless I'm in a relationship or, talking to someone, that pre-commitment phase, which has not been anything recently. It sucks. So probably about half my list one time. So.
How bad are you in bed? Now, getting rid of
well, that's a lot. That's a lot of
moral
ones.
idea. The moral consequences, that. At a certain point, it's you.
So many of the people that I slept with, didn't come back for seconds.
Yeah, if they're not leaving with a smile on their face,
you're doing
it's not that
wrong.
complicated.
Yeah. But it's not always that, guys. It's not. It's not always. Are you good in bed? Again, that's a typical, I hate to say it, more like a Neanderthal way of fucking thinking. It's not that. It's because, first of all, if I'm into you, we have chemistry. Not just me, everybody. And maybe you're not good in bed, but we have chemistry. And I like you, and I like the way you think, and I like the way you treat me. I'm going to show you what I need. You're not supposed to know, and every woman is different. Every man is different. So maybe she doesn't know what you like. You tell her. You don't know what she likes. She tells you. Hello, communication. It's funny. For decades, they were going on and showing people how to communicate because communication is everything, literally everything. Not looks, not age, not money, communication. And I've been doing this for over 2 decades, and I've been helping everyone succeed and be happy because of the one foundation: self-love and communication. But because social media now is completely obliterated, obliterated it. Anyway, English is my third language. Bear with me. You got my point. But what happens? So here are mediums of communication that literally destroy communication. Isn't that funny? The irony. Now, it's not if you're good. The chemistry's there. You can be horrible in bed, but she's going to want to see you. Now, granted, she might be thinking, or she might even tell her friends, like, oh my God, poor guy. Let's say one of supposedly a man's nightmare is to have a small penis and, and he feels like he has to compete. Back in the old days, they would say, well, the guy just going to have to learn how to please her other ways, like oral. And maybe that worked for some people, but it doesn't work for all. At the end of the day, you got to work with what you got. Hello, it ain't the size, right? It's the motion of the ocean. But regardless, you could do everything perfect, have all the money, have all the looks, go to the gym every fucking day. If there is no chemistry, and you can't make that happen, you can't buy it and you can't sell it. You got nothing. And even you can go all the way to the altar, which is what most people do. Hence why we call it settling. Most people settle because it's so hard to find that right match and that right chemistry and all the right things, like hitting the lottery. So people settle. And then they're not happy. Then they're not fulfilled. Then they're empty. And because they didn't communicate the truth. Now, some people don't know the truth. They really do go into going, oh, I thought this, I thought that, and then they figure shit out. But at the end of the day, they can figure it out by telling the truth. Do you see where we went? Communication and telling the truth. That takes a lot of fucking cojones, okay? Both men and women. Takes a lot of oomph, gall, courage, integrity, character. That's what's hot. And when you got that, everybody's going to do everything possible to make that shit work. You know what I'm talking about if you've ever been there. You will pretty much do anything. When you really want something, you will find a way. When there's a will, there is a way. Yeah, so I'm gonna consider that a wrap for today. But of course, we can do a second part on this one because I can go on for days on the dating and the list. It's all bullshit. Well, let's go back. I'll tell you what. Let's wrap it up with the man side of the list. Let's see. Is this a legitimate list or is this just, a clap back just because, they should have a voice? They meaning men, right? Okay. So there we go. Make sure you guys see it. So single mothers. I mean, that's the thing. You could fall in love with a single mother. Maybe it's something that's not on your list that you don't want to deal with. But if you fall in love, you're done. You're not going to be like, oh, she's a single mother. You're in love. You're going for it. Okay. What's meant to be is meant to be, whether you like it or not. That goes along with chemistry. Okay. Women with tattoos, same shit. Mind you, I used to be that way where I would never date a guy with tattoos. Yet I fell in love with a guy with tattoos. And although it bothered the shit out of me, I still dated him and I moved in with him, lived with him, had a happy life for a lot. And by the way, he's still an incredible human. I was the one who left because, again, I thought there was more out there, which I still stand my ground. Because if I felt complete and I was a perfect match, I would have never left. But just because two people get along and are happy doesn't mean it's meant to be. So that's another story, another conversation for another day. Women who dress like this in public. Well, again, I mean, what if that's your kind? Like some people like that kind of look. You know what I'm saying? You know how they say, like taste. And, it's like colors, like there's no such thing. Everybody has different taste. So that's kind of stupid. That was a stupid one, guys. I'm going to tell you straight up. Sex workers, that 100%. 100%. That would be if I'm a man, not dating a sex worker. But again, what if you do fall in love? What if you don't even know she's a sex worker? She's a friend of a friend. You meet her and you click with her and oh my God, you deal with it. And maybe you can inspire her through love to get out of that kind of work. 5, Women with IG page. Again, you know what? I would say that's one that would be like, yeah, this is a no deal. And for all you out there, you might be somebody who's been in a fraternity in college. That's one of the things when I was in college, I would never date. To this day, if I meet a guy who says he was in a frat, turns me off like that. But that's just my personal preference. I don't like it. I've never experienced anything good by that frat boy thing. Unless the frat guy goes, yeah, I joined a fraternity when I was young, you know. But if they're like all about it, oh, bye-bye. That's fine. Nothing wrong. Go find a girl who's into it. No problem. See what I'm saying? So that's a women with non-ear piercings. Wait, women with not. So you shouldn't date women with non-ear piercings? What's that? Come on, this has got to be a joke. Women with purple hair. I get it. But then again, that girl with purple hair could be telling you she's like a liberal, leftist, progressive, and woke and all that. And if you're that kind of guy, she's a match for you. So this is for somebody who's probably not woke. So this cannot work for all men. Women with hoax friends, for sure. Number one thing to look for in a person when you date, do they have friends? Seriously. Do they have friends? How many friends? And how close and how long have they known them? That's a number one on the fucking list. Find out who their parents are, what's their religion, what matters to you, what do you have in common or not? Because although opposites attract, it really is a commonality that helps it gel and solidify and for long term. I'm telling you, I'm not speaking because you're like, are you single? Don't worry about me right now. Don't worry whether I'm single, married, dating, living with someone. No. I have all the experience. I've been dating, been living with someone, was married, divorced, got it all. I got the t-shirt to prove it. And I've been helping hundreds of people not only find the right person for them, find themselves in that process, in that journey, but then especially dealing with breakups, hardships, betrayals, the kind of baggage we carry to the next and the next and the next. I've been through all those stages, and that's how I learned. Like, okay, just like, the old tale, like you can't blame somebody. If you've been cheated on, you can't treat the next person like they're going to cheat on you because you've been cheated on, right? But you have to break down, why is betrayal so impactful? Why does it really traumatize us and scar us, and how it's so hard to get off? Because again, no one ever teaches us about self-love, letting go, all this growth that it takes. And to have a mind where you're unshakable, you have to go through all those things, test yourself, put yourself in situations like when I left that great guy with the tattoos, and everyone said, you're never going to find a guy that good in your life. And I said, I have a feeling I have to go. I got something else. There's somebody out there for me that's truly for me. This one looks like it is, but something is telling me it's not. I listen to my instinct. You should listen to your instinct. But then there begs the question. Most people don't know how to listen to their instinct. That's where I come in. Anyway. So I'm not just talking out of my asshole, okay? And I'm just being totally cool, and again, with my little captain hat on. That was a gift. Shout out to Trisha for the captain hat. Anyway, so models who market to men. Absolutely. Yep. And that's the thing. If women know that men aren't going to date you because you're doing these things, they won't do it, even if it pays them. And if they do it, they might do it for like a couple years. Like back in the day when a stripper would be a stripper, and then while she's stripping, she's going to med school, right? But nowadays, what's happening is the girls are like, but I'm never going to make this much money in a real job than OnlyFans. They have no idea how this is going to be worse than strippers. Worse than strippers trying to have a normal life or get married and the husband always thrown in their face that he used to be a stripper, okay? Worse. They don't even know yet. That's for another conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Women who travel regularly. Again, Even men who travel regularly, it's hard to date somebody who's never home. But should that be like a no thing? If you fall in love, even like having a long distance relationship, people do it. Doesn't usually work. It's tumultuous. It's stressful. It's a lot of bad shit. But once in a blue, it does work. That's hence the chemistry. That's the glue that you cannot like forget about somebody when you're in love with them. You just can't. There's a reason for that. I believe it's a good one. Then women who drink liquor regularly. Yeah, well, the same goes with men, though. Like, who the hell wants somebody who drinks liquor regularly? Unless maybe they do like a nightcap, like maybe 3 or 4 days a week, where they're just like, hey, I'm going to have a glass of wine or a little cognac, right? A little cigar, and that's it. I mean, if they're having it like a form of dessert, where if they're fucking just getting drunk, clearly nobody can date anybody who's under the influence of any substance that impairs your ability to be yourself. You feel me? And women with weak absentee fathers. Again, not all women with weak absentee fathers have a problem with it. But yes, most of them do. But then what are you going to do? Oh, you find this perfect woman, but you're going to go, oh, she's weak. Or, no, she has a weak father, a father that was never there. So that's a flag. Let me go. No. Because what is it about an absentee father that makes women vulnerable? They don't know what a man is. It doesn't make them less or worse of a candidate to be a partner. It's the fact that, well, they don't know. Maybe you being a real good man can set the example. Because many of us women, when we've dated a real good man and we go to a shitty man, we go, damn, my other guy, he treated me, or my ex-husband, whoever was, didn't do this to me, treated me so much better. Yeah, I wasn't in love with him. We didn't have the chemistry, but you see what I mean? So that's not a real marker. It's just to be aware of it and to find out, and then maybe help her know what a good man is by you being a good man. Or even hanging out, making her hang out, not making her, but inspiring her to hang out with real good men, whether they're fathers or not. Women who live alone. What the fuck is that? That's the stupidest shit. How are you going to date somebody? If she's an independent woman, what do you want her to live with her mother? What do you want her to live with her dad? What are you saying? She needs to have roommates? That's ridiculous. You want a woman that can provide, because if anything happens to you, you want a strong woman that can pick it up if anything happens to you. Vice versa. That's where the equality comes in. I got your back, you got my back. Women with party voice. Now that one, please guys, enlighten me. Is a woman with a party voice like the Kardashians? Like when they talk like that? Is that what they mean? Or is the party voice like, yeah, let's go party? Again, that's not even a woman at that point. For me, that's just a young girl, probably in her early 20s. And if she's still acting like that in her 30s, she got issues. So like, baby, she needs some professional help. I mean, that's why we're here, right? But voice party, like she's like the party. What? By the way, maybe that's in her DNA. Maybe that's in her makeup. Some girls are more quiet. Some girls are more boisterous. Right? Same with men, right? There's introverts, there's extroverts. So maybe it's to say she's an extroverted type of personality. But the voice party, I don't know. Because let me tell you something. I could qualify for that voice party girl, at least back in the day. Maybe not so much now. But no. I'm always good. I'm always fucking ready for a good time. Now, what does that mean? Voice party. Because one of the first things that men have done to me when they go on dates with me is they love me for being the outgoing personality that I am, and the fact that I love having a good time. So I don't know if that's voice party. And then they'll date me, and then sure enough, as soon as they get comfortable, they'll start to like, you're always, going to meet your friends and this and that. And I'm like, hey, I never hid from you. I showed you exactly what I am, what I'm about. And now the first thing you were trying to do is to change exactly what attracted you to me to begin with. Anyway, you see, we can go on and on. I can go on and on. Got plenty of stories and examples. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be a wrap for today. Please don't be shy. Make sure to comment. Share this content. More importantly, please share this content to all men, all women. Let's see what they have to say. Whether you go, hey, you should watch this video because it's got some pretty good insights. Or, hey, well, you might want to watch this video. This woman might piss you off about the current state of affairs and dating and relationship. Either way, let's get the conversation real, raw, started right here on the Olga S. Pérez Show. It is to be continued. Much love, everyone. And if I missed, like I said, if you don't want me to miss your message, all you got to do is super chat it or donate to the channel, to me. You are the sponsor of this live stream. And if I do miss your message or your donation, I will read it in the next live, which tomorrow, everyone, whether you are a Tom McDonald fan or not, Hello Nova Rockefeller, who's the director of all his videos, to say the least. Obviously, if you know her, then you know all about her. But this is so exciting. She's dropping a video tomorrow. I will be doing a real live raw reaction. She's dropping at 9 o'clock like Tom McDonald usually drops at 9 on a Friday. She's doing her own on a Friday. I'm very excited. I might hate it. Who knows? You know, I'm going to be real. It's going to be live. Hope to see you 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. And of course, if you watch the replay, let me know you stopped by. And until next time, much love. Many blessings. Be the captain. And I'll talk to you soon.